Let's talk about the U.S. job market, which remains resilient in the face of inflation and a looming recession. The latest data from the Labor Department shows employers added 223,000 jobs for the month of December. That is slightly down from the 263,000 jobs reported for November. The unemployment rate fell to 3.5%, back to its low point from before the pandemic. November's unemployment rate was 3.7%. So here to break this down is CBS News contributor Javier David. He's also the managing editor of business and markets for Axios. In the studio, looking fly. Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you.
All right.
So let's talk about these numbers. What do they tell us about the state of the market?
Tells us that we have never, this is something that we had a conversation with internally yesterday. Our chief macroeconomics correspondent said this is one of the weirdest economic cycles ever. And it's weird because never before have you had a central bank so committed to fighting inflation with higher rates. We've been hiking for the better part of the last year. And never before has the economy sort of stubbornly, defiantly keep churning out jobs. There's jobs better than expected. Some parts of it or components are like modestly encouraging to the market. The market sort of likes it. You see a lot of job creation in the leisure and hospitality sector. That's consistent with people getting out and buying experiences as opposed to buying physical stuff. But overall, a very strong, yet again, jobs number that is more than likely going to embolden the Fed in its rate hike campaign.
So the numbers look really good. And then you look at the tech sector. And Amazon says, oh, you know what? We said we were going to lay off, 10,000 people. We're actually going to lay off more. The tech sector is really suffering. And so I can't figure out if they're, in a way, the canary in the coal mine isn't a good line. But you know what I'm trying to say? They're impacted first by these interest rate hikes, or they just, they're in this bubble. They were boosted during the pandemic, and now this is a correction.
That's basically what we're seeing. What we're seeing is an overcorrection of what, in fact, was an overhiring trend during the pandemic. A bunch of the tech companies have their own sort of individual reasons why they're having to cut back. Tesla, like Amazon, all of, Salesforce. They're all different companies, and they're all being moved. So as a whole, tech is very interest rate sensitive. So when interest rate starts rising, you see all sorts of people running around with chickens with their heads cut off, looking for ways to save money. And the front line of that is via, layoffs, sadly. What you're seeing during this cycle, and this is why it's so weird, people are basically getting laid off. Anyone that wants a job at this point, there's at least one job out there waiting for you somewhere still, at least. Almost 2 jobs per one person. It's still there. The JOLTS data that we saw earlier this week rose unexpectedly, and that freaked the market out because it's like, oh my God, like what is going on with this jobs market? Why is it so strong still? So what you're seeing are tech workers who are getting laid off, and basically they're either marching into other jobs or they're just living off their severance for a while, because the jobless data also hit its lowest level in at least 3 or 4 months this week, suggesting people aren't actually feeling sort of compelled to go file a jobless claim. So there's a bunch of things happening in here. The tech sector is really, as a whole, sort of a small slice of the overall labor force, maybe like 0.4%. Still pretty small. Amazon in and of itself employs over 1 million workers. That's not, based on what they've laid off or what they announced this week, not a whole lot in terms of all of the people that they employ anyway. So a lot of this just kind of has to be contextualized. But the overall trend is, if you want a job, you're going to get one, even if you got laid off.
What about supply and demand and how it impacts wage and wage growth? I mean, we talk about jobs being available, but what about growing wages?
The labor, this report that we saw today said that wages are in fact rising. And the pandemic really changed everything in a lot of different ways. And I think the biggest takeaway for the labor force is it left workers short, badly understaffed, for all of the ways in which they need to meet all of this sustained elevated demand. And so they have to pay workers. They have to pay their existing workforce more. And when they want to attract workers, they've got to incentivize that in some way. And that means higher pay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a possibility that perhaps the Fed decides 2% is just unattainable? We're far from it. What are we going to do? Keep raising interest rates? Maybe we should settle for something a little higher.
There's a school of thought out there that believes that inflation will not be tamed until the Fed funds rate, which is what basically the Fed's benchmark, is higher than the rate of inflation. So in order for us to feel completely okay about inflation, which is, some suggest that like there are a bunch of, last year we were like sort of head faked, but there are strong indications that we've kind of seen the top, at least for now, on inflation. So as rates keep going up and inflation keeps going down, at some point we're going to reach an equilibrium. And what that equilibrium is, we just don't know. But I think what we do know is it's not going to be 2%.
That's interesting. Javier David, always great having you. Happy New Year. Have a great weekend.
Good to see you.
You too. Thanks.